would you like to begin?
The first problem.
Isn't that what the rabbit said to Alice or something? Where did we begin? Well, of course, at the beginning. Okay. All right. Let's talk about, might be easier if I take a picture on this page and I can give you some basic formulas. For the most common kind, annual compounding. Amount of your investment is equal to the initial amount, we'll call that A sub 0, times 1 plus your interest rate expressed in decimal, all to the time period. Okay. For, let's call it greater than annual. And what I mean by that is more often. In other words, if you had, say, monthly compounding, then your amount is equal to the initial amount times 1 plus R over, to use N or K?
N.
And then the exponent is to the NT.
Right.
And then finally, when it's continuous compounding, we're going to have your amount equals P E to the RT. The RT are both in the exponent. And all of these R's are the percentage rate expressed in decimal, including this one at the end. It's not 1 plus that, it's just the R. Okay. Okay, so do you have those memorized? And P, I could substitute with A sub 0, it would mean the same thing. It's just a little easier to remember PERT than AERT. So,
yeah.
All right, so if you got them memorized, let's do your problems. All right, so let's analyze the first one. What's the general formula?
A equals A, or yeah, the general's
A sub 0. You don't want to just say A because that makes that A the same as this A, and it's not the same.
Okay.
Times what?
Then times 1 plus R to the T.
Okay. And T is in years. Actually, T is in the same units as R is. If R were a daily rate of return, then T would be in days. But since we're dealing with yearly, R is always in years, and so is T. So let's figure it out. A is going to be, plug everything in for me. Tell me what to write. What's the
So 5,000 times
what's R?
0.024.
t?
to the 12. Oh, 5.
Do you have a calculator that'll do this? What calculator do you have, Dimitri?
It's a Casio.
Okay.
Here,
Well,
hold on. I'll get.
can you do this one in it? All you really need is a calculator that'll do exponentials.
Yeah.
And add those two numbers together. So it's 1.024 to the 5th power, all times 5,000.
Yeah. So 1.24 times. Or wait, no.
Yeah, take it to the exponential before you multiply it by 5,000. That 5,000 is not being taken to the 5th power.
Right. Uh, 14,658.12.
We'll just round it off to the nearest dollar. All right, method number 2, compounded monthly. Give me that general formula.
So, A equals A to 0.
Yeah, that's pronounced A sub 0, okay?
Oh, okay. And then times. Isn't it the same? So
It's not quite,
1.
it's close. It's 1 plus 0.025, but you have to divide that 0.025 by the number of times a year it's being compounded. How many is that?
12.
Huh?
5.
12. Compounded monthly means 12 times a year. And we're going to multiply it by n times t. Well, n is 12. So it's 12 times 5. In other words, we're going to take that number to the 60th power. Now let's fill in everything. It's still 5,000. This one, doing your calculator, because I don't know what that is right there. And be careful when you do this in your calculator. Make sure you know how to do it. We'll find out when you get an answer. Because the answer should be a little bit better than compounded yearly. It better be a number a little bit bigger than the previous one.
Okay. Oh, that's not.
Here you might have to do 0.025 divided by 12 first, then add 1 to it,
Yeah.
and take it to the 60th power, and multiply by 5,000.
1.008 to the 60th power. That time is 5,000. Okay, so 5,663.
Okay, can that be right?
I don't know.
No, it's not even in the ballpark. Words, first of all, we know that monthly is better than yearly. So our answer has to be bigger than this previous answer. So I suspect where you went wrong was when you added those two together. Start by taking 0.025 divided by 12.
Yeah.
Add 1 to that.
Yeah.
Take that number to the 60th power. Tell me what you get.
1.13.
No.
Yeah, but
Actually, we've been using the wrong interest rate. I just looked. It's 2.4. We use 2.5. But that's okay. It will still illustrate the correct answer. You do it in my calculator. So 0.025 divided by 12 equals 0.002. I'm going to add 1 to that. And now I'm going to take that and raise it to the 60th power. Damn, I get the same thing you got. What's going on here? Before, I'm going to check the previous answer here. Hold on one second. Just a second. Okay, so if I take, in the first case, it was 1.025 to the 5th power, right? 1.025 raised to the 5th power. That gave me 1.13. If I multiply that by 5,000, I get 5,657, not 14,000. Not sure where you got that answer
wait, what was it?
from. I got 5,657. Now, that might not sound like much for 5 years, but remember, it's only 2.4%. They're finally giving us real interest rates to work with. Whereas most of the problems involve interest rates from 20 years ago, which were around 8 or 10%. So that's the correct answer for compounded yearly. Now, to get the correct answer for the other, I'm going to do it. 0.025 divided by 12, add 1, take that to the 60th power, multiply that by 5,000, and I get 5,665. $8 more, merely because they compounded it monthly rather than yearly. Okay. Now we got to do daily. Give me the formula for daily. You don't need to give me the general formula, just give me the specific one.
Okay. So A equals 5,000 times 1 plus 0.024 over 365.
You know what? I better use 2.5, otherwise we're not going to get the right answer. I used 2.5 on the first two. This is for your homework. You got to turn these answers in.
Yeah.
Well, these first two need to be redone. What they're trying to illustrate for you here is which one's the best. And each one's going to get marginally better. But I tell you what, just to save you some redo work, let's go ahead and switch it to 4. So you can use these two answers. What do I divide that by?
365.
Uh-huh. And what power do I take it to?
365 times 5.
Yeah. Okay, you know how to do all that in your calculator?
Yeah.
Go ahead and do it. Come up with a number, and while you're doing that, I'll go back and fix the first two. Using the correct 0.024. So the real answer there is 5629. And the second way is 0.024 divided by 12. Add 1. I don't know what happened. Wow. I ended up in a spreadsheet instead of my scratch pad. Here, you want me to keep going? 0.024 divided by 12. Enter. Raise that to the 60th power. Good. Hold on. 1.002. No, something's wrong with my calculator. What'd you come up with on your compounded daily?
5,637.
Okay. Now let's compound it continuously. And what have you got for a general formula for that one?
A equals 5,000. A equals 5,000. Times, or E to the 0.024 times 5.
Times 5. Well, let's put it in at least this general. You know, I would not read those leading zeros if I were you, especially when there's lots of zeros in the problem. Why read one that is completely unnecessary? Now, I realize your teacher probably teaches you to do that, but at some point you can drop those leading zeros. Save yourself breath and possible confusion. There's only one zero in that number, as far as I'm concerned. To me, there is no leading zero on the left side of the decimal point. All right, what's that give you?
So A equals 5,000 E to the 0.12.
Well, go ahead and get that number. What's E to the 0.12?
Where's my E button? Oh, here. E to the 0.12.
And then multiply that by 5,000.
The same answer as the previous one.
Really?
except the decimal is, like, if you put it into dollars, it's 2 cents more.
Huh. Okay. Well, that shows you something. It shows you that the difference between daily and continuously is not that much. The difference
Right.
between daily and yearly is not even that much. It's $8. And you need to go back and do that one. You know how to do that one now? You should. Is that okay? Shall we move on? In other words, you need to do B based on that interest rate instead of the one we used, which was 2.5%. Okay? Dimitri, you still there? Oh, I think I lost your audio. I did. Huh. Dimitri. Let me know. Let me call you. Shall we finish up our audio on the phone? I was getting messages that the audio was degraded and I couldn't hear you at all.
Okay.
What's that? Okay, if we're going to do that, click on your audio and click